You hear the term team effort?
Yeah.
That was a team effort. Yeah. I mean, this is one of the best team. When your best player is struggling, you talk about Jaden, you talk about Carr, you talk about Rudy. Mike Conley hit a couple timely threes. Nas Reed was spectacular. Tonight was a total team effort.
Why is winning against Timberwolves a big deal for Nuggets? In a draw-dropping Game 7, Minnesota pulled off a stunning comeback, rewriting their franchise history. The spotlight was on Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns and Nas Reed, who teamed up to challenge Nikola Jokic and his squad. Why was this game more than just a victory? The fate of the Minnesota Timberwolves was not in Anthony Edwards' hands. The Denver Nuggets made sure of that. They put so many defenders on Edwards that he couldn't play the way he wanted in Game 7. These traps tested the Timberwolves' game plan, their teamwork and their focus. During these tough moments, the ball kept ending up with one of the Wolves' big three players. This showed how important their game strategy and coordination were. Despite the pressure, the team kept finding ways to use their strengths and stay in the game. Game 7's story and Minnesota's amazing comeback is all about Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert and Nas Reed. These three centers made the Timberwolves special and made the key plays in the biggest game in the team's history. They stopped the defending champions and helped Minnesota reach the conference finals for the first time in 20 years. Nikola Jokic was given no breaks by Towns on Sunday. Every step was a struggle for him, while Gobert stood by to help. When Towns got into foul trouble in the fourth quarter, Reed came in with fresh energy to guard the three-time MVP. Reed even blocked Jokic's shot twice in the crucial moments of the game. It was notable how Jokic kept trying to make his shot inside, only to have him blocked by the Wolves. Watching Jokic near the end of the game showed how even the best player in the world can run out of options. He was very tired from facing big, strong opponents and from dealing with the Minnesota's tough defense. In this series, Jokic had his shot blocked 11 times by different Timberwolves players, which is the most ever in any series he's played. Even though he played well and scored 34 points, grabbed 19 rebounds and made 7 assists in 7 games, he was not in his usual rhythm. By the end of the game, he couldn't find the certainty or strength to beat the Minnesota's strong defense. None of his teammates could either. Since the start of last season, the Timberwolves have been following a plan, thanks to Tim Connolly, who originally drafted Jokic in Denver. No other team matches the size of Minnesota's players combined. Scoring against the Wolves is tough. You have to find tricky ways around their long arms and strong defense, hoping for a chance to score, but often there isn't any. Denver worked hard to build a 20-point lead on Sunday, but they lost it as they struggled against Minnesota's defense. Towns and Gobert, who won Defense Player of the Year, made the Nuggets work hard for every point. The importance of a player like Gobert isn't just about how he defends Jokic directly, but also about how he makes Jokic doubt himself even when Gobert isn't guarding him. Gobert's mere presence forces opponents to think twice. If they move too slowly or hesitantly, their shots are likely to end up like this double Dutch attempt from Jamal Murray. In the last game of the season, Denver only made 48% of their shots near the basket. That's because of Gobert, who was often there, either behind Towns or Reed, making it harder for the Nuggets to score easy points. In these playoffs, the Wolves beat a top team known for shooting well and a champion-winning team that was expected to beat them. When Gobert was on the court, the Wolves scored an amazing 19 points more per 100 possessions compared to when he wasn't playing. But when he was sat out, they were outscored by 10 points. It seems a 7-footer draws a lot of attention, but they also make a great defensive anchor. The defense by Gobert and other big players was impressive. They knew exactly what to do, allowing Edwards and Jaden McDaniels to pressure the ball relentlessly. That's how the Wolves, who sometimes struggle to score, managed to make the biggest comeback in Game 7 history. In past playoffs, Towns had trouble finding his groove, sometimes being too passive and other times making mistakes from being too aggressive. But in this game, with Edwards not playing well in the first half, Minnesota relied on Towns in the post, and he delivered, scoring 23 points and grabbing 12 rebounds. When the Wolves went without scoring for more than 5 minutes between the first and second quarters, they found a way out by passing the ball to Gobert inside, where he had an advantage against smaller opponents, something the Jazz didn't do much. He drew enough fouls to keep the Wolves in the game. Also, he even made a fadeaway jumper in the fourth quarter, extending their lead from 2 points to 4. But when the game was at its most crucial point, late in the fourth quarter, it was the Wolves' third big player who stepped up. First with a score in the post, then by drawing a foul while fighting for an offensive rebound, and finally with an amazing putback dunk. Reed and Gobert were the top scorers for the Wolves in the fourth quarter, each contributing 8 points. Minnesota dominated Denver in rebounding in the second half, which helped them to get back into the game. This added to the tough battle and made it quite fitting for Towns to end the game with an incredible second chance. This is what it takes to win a tough series. Lots of effort, strong determination, careful planning, and a few lucky moments that seem impossible to explain. Like Gobert's smooth fadeaway shot. Denver was ahead by 20 points at home, but still lost. Minnesota only shot 39% from the field, but managed to win, even though their best player only scored 16 points. What's the magic of Game 7? It doesn't matter who does what, as long as it gets done. This year is full of firsts for the Timberwolves, a team that has struggled for a long time, but now has a lot to celebrate. They had an amazing regular season, their first ever sweep in a 7-game series, and they made their big statement by beating the defending champions. Now, in just 2 days, they have a chance for another breakthrough, to see what all these historic firsts really mean. The basketball world was surprised when the Minnesota Timberwolves made a huge comeback, coming back from a 20-point difference to beat the Nuggets 98-90 in Denver during Sunday's Game 7. The series in the Western Conference had some games where one team dominated, and it seemed like this would be another one-sided game. However, Denver had a really bad third quarter, and the Timberwolves stayed calm, even though Anthony Edwards didn't start well. Patience and determination paid off for the Timberwolves, leading to their first Western Conference Finals since 2004, and sparking a lot of excitement on social media. Philadelphia 76ers star Joel Embiid summed up what many of us feeling with a simple wow when the comeback was complete. The win was a team effort, with 6 Timberwolves players scoring in double digits. They had more depth than the Nuggets, where Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray scored 69 of the Denver's total points. Atlanta Hawks star Trae Young was impressed with Minnesota's performance as a team. He said, "Wolves got a squad, man." Edwards didn't have a great game scoring-wise, only getting 16 points, with 6 for 24 shooting, but he still helped with 8 rebounds, 7 assists and 2 steals. Also, he did a better job guarding Murray in the second half. Jordan Clarkson from the Utah Jazz was one of the people who said good things about the young star. Also, Karl Anthony Towns scored 23 points and got 12 rebounds, making it a double-double. He did really well, shooting 8 out of 14 times. After the game, NBA legend Jamal Crawford talked to the Timberwolves star players. He didn't say what they talked about, but he posted a video of it online. Lots of people were impressed with him. Patrick Beverley, who plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, said nice things about Towns' performance, especially in clutch moments. Beverley said he doesn't want to hear any more bad talk about Cat. He thinks Cat has been really focused lately. Beverley also said that Edwards and Towns remind him of the legendary duo Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen from the Chicago Bulls. Jaden McDaniels had some great stats, scoring 23 points while shooting 70%. He also grabbed 6 rebounds, made 2 steals and blocked 1 shot. He tried a dunk with 20 seconds left, but it didn't work out. Still, a lot of people liked how aggressive he was. Paolo Banchero, a star from Orlando Magic, thought McDaniels' dunk attempt was crazy and called him a psychopath in a post he shared. Now, the Timberwolves will have to go up against Luka Doncic and the Dallas Mavericks to try to get into the NBA Finals. Bulls shooting guard Alex Caruso is excited about the upcoming series. The Timberwolves will be playing the first 2 games at home, and Edwards said to the NBA legend Charles Barkley that it's time for him to visit Minnesota. He told Barkley, "Bring yourself over here." Are you excited for the team as we are? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Until next time, see you later.